What's goody, guys? It's been a minute since I've been on my YouTube channel. I know it's a while since I come back. I feel like I had a lot of things to say at that time in that period of my life, and I'm glad I got to share those things with any and everyone that needed the message. I would say these days, it's kind of like a new stage of my life, like a new era, and self development hasn't really hit the same for me. And it's not something I feel that I'm able to kind of give a good message with if I'm not practicing the things that I'm talking about in my videos. So, what I really wanted to talk about was truly just having an abundant mindset and not so much having a scarcity mindset. I think one of the best things that happened to me for the past couple of years was getting into a car accident. And that's not to be like, I know it sounds crazy. Of course, it's crazy. But getting into this car accident changed my whole perspective on life and how things looked from that point on. It just kind of changed my whole perspective on a lot of things. I know sometimes accidents can result in death or just crazy experiences, but I was blessed to just be scratch free, not hurt or anything, but to come out with it and with kind of like a new mind, I would say. I feel like certain things happen in your life at certain times so that you can learn a specific lesson. And at this point in time in my life, I felt like everything was kind of just dull and just kind of stuck in my routine of just going back and forth to work, doing what I had to do to get done, and doing what I had to do to just get by, which at the time, like, I knew that really wasn't me. And I knew that I could give myself more, or like I could pull so much more out of myself. Um, all the times I worked at my previous job, I worked in the sales position. I was selling phones and internet. And it was a crazy experience working there, talking to all these different types of people, all these different customers. But sometimes in positions, I would have a lot of people coming up to me and kind of like questioning where I was in life, or like questioning like, what is it you do outside of this? They know I do something outside of this. Like you don't look like the person that would just be sticking with just this. And just having people come up to me and tell me that spoke volumes, I would say, because those are certain things like I don't really see in myself, but outside looking in, it's like people are coming up to me and saying these different things. I might want to get them a listen sometimes. So just having those certain experiences and having some of my colleagues talk to me and tell me like, yo, like, what else do you do outside of this? Like, this can't really be it. I don't feel like I ever really talked to somebody or spoke to somebody in that type of way in a job setting. So that was always like a different experience for me. And just working at that job, of course, I take lessons from every place that I've been in, but it taught me a lot of lessons. And after I got into that accident, I just knew that I don't want to get stuck in the same routine. I don't want to get stuck doing the same thing for a very, very long time or however long. So that's when I just started my journey. I just took a risk. I just was like, you know what? I just want to go travel. I want to see the world. I want to see more. And I feel like that's what my heart needs to be right now. And I feel like in certain positions in your life, when something is calling you to do certain things, or you feel it in your heart to really go do something or go after something, you really got to take action on it, or else your life is just going to be stuck with just, ah, dang, I could have did this, or I should have did this at this time. It's kind of having like a life of some regrets, I would say. And I don't feel like you live like a very fulfilling life or really full life if you don't take those chances or you don't take those risks. So me taking a risk after having that accident was probably the best thing that I could do for myself. And now, from talking now, looking back, it's like, yeah, that definitely did something for my mental. Just everything kind of just changed and flipped. Nowadays, the world is in a crazy state, but I think doing what I did back then just helped give me a huge boost. I was going to different countries. I was learning different languages, cultures, just diving into different spaces and being in a place for a certain amount of time that really helped me to just grow overall as a person. You know, we're used to just being in America and handling business, day to day lives, but we barely step out our comfort zone and go look at other people's cultures and embrace other people's culture and see different things outside of America. It's just not just America, you know. The world is so big. There's so much to see and there's so much to do. So when you look at it that way, it's like sometimes some people just want to explore and get out, and I was one of those people. So doing that really changed me. It really showed me that I can really do this on my own. Whatever it is that I find a knack to, and that will come with time. I feel like finding that knack or finding that thing that you really stick to or you really want to do is going to come with time and patience. Of course, you will find that, and some people get to that faster than others, but you will get there. The thing is, once I made that flip in my life and I decided to kind of just stand my own and to do my own thing, I felt the most free I've ever felt. So when you make decisions like that, you be surprised how free you can feel. And it might be some of the best moments that happen to you. When I traveled, there was nothing that was crazy that went down, nothing bad happened. I felt like I was taken care of in every place that I went to. And man, I was so proud of myself for that journey and for taking myself through that. You know, I spent time journaling, reading, trying to learn new things that would really sharpen me up. Worst case scenario, I come back home, which had to happen. But, you know, I still learned what I needed to learn in that moment. You're put in places for a certain amount of time for a reason. And you meet people for a reason. Wherever you may be, you don't know who you'll run into. Life can be crazy, but the thing is you have to put yourself in these certain environments so that you can give yourself a chance to meet the people that you need to meet or do the things that you need to do in order to, I guess, have a reset, have a new arc. And I feel like at the same time these days, I feel like that is needed out of me once again. And we will see what will happen when I act on that. But I know that from the past, when I act on things and I take the action and really say that, oh, I'm going to do this and I'm going to take a risk and believe in myself, I can do it because I made that decision once. Living without that scarcity mindset is key. You know, some people think that, you know, they won't find another job, they won't find another opportunity, they won't find this or that. The things that they have now, they have to hold on to that because they don't think they'll have that again. Trust, you can find better. You can have that again. I left the job, I left the relationship, I left the things that truly just wasn't serving me at the time, and I knew it was needed. Some people won't make that decision because they feel like this is the last thing that they have in their life. They have to hold on to this and grasp it. But that's not completely true at all. Like, you will be so surprised when you step out your comfort zone and actually embrace that time. It can bring so much freedom, so much like new ideas and creativity out of yourself that you didn't even think you could pull out. But you have to be the one to make that decision ultimately. You know, I didn't like absolutely hate my job, but at certain points, man, I was like, yo, like, I can't keep doing this, yo. And when you get to that point, you know, you're gonna start looking at other opportunities, you're gonna start looking elsewhere because you need to get out that position. And sometimes, you know, when people like me, I feel, are really like they need to be pushed to do something else, being in that current environment, it's like, it's just not going to be comfortable ever. It's not going to be comfortable for you. And it's going to force you and just push you to be outside of that and to grow and learn in a different way outside of that. So it's like you must leave. You can't stay here. So I really wanted to share that with you guys because I feel that that's what's really been sitting in my heart lately. And I feel that there is like a new arc to me soon. Like there's a new era of me. And I feel that the people that watch me, it could be the same way for you. Maybe it's a new era. Maybe it's a new state of you that is gonna start growing and learning and just adapting to a completely different life than you would expect. But you have to step outside your comfort zone and take risk and truly believe in yourself. I've kind of been over like the whole, self-help and learning from talking head videos or taking stuff from talking head videos or self-development, all that stuff. I've kind of been over that stuff. I've kind of been more on taking action and really doing the things I need to do to, feel better or just grow and gain more confidence in myself. And I know things will get better. And maybe it'll come a time where I do revert back to that type of stuff and that content. But these days, things might just be different, And I hope that the people that watch me can feel comfortable and really believe in yourself, because nobody, really the only people I say that like truly believe in me is my family and a couple of friends that I could have on one hand. So believing in yourself is so vital, because not a lot of people will have faith and truly believe in you. A lot of people will be hoping that you fall and that you eventually just give up and you succumb to the life of, I guess, society norms, When I finished school and when I was doing my thing and I was job hopping and doing that stuff, it was like people kind of wanted to put me in their own box. Like they wanted me to just abide by society's rules and how society is, get the job, get the house, get the wife, do all the things that, everybody else is doing. And when I finished school, I didn't really want to do that. It was just like, I don't know what I want to do, but I know I'm not comfortable doing what everybody else is doing. And that's what I think set me apart from other people. And that mindset, now that I thank myself for having that mindset at a younger age, because it's just so, I just feel like I feel so free still, I feel free to pivot, free to do what I want at any time. And that took a level of discipline at times, because it's easy to do what everybody else is doing. So if you're watching this, my wish is for you to stay true to yourself, be authentic, and go the way that you feel is necessary or right for you, not what other people want you to do. Regardless, that be your parents, your friends, all that stuff. They're gonna tell you what they think you need to be doing, but you need to do what's right for you. That's all I got for y'all today. That's it. So peace. I'll see y'all on the next video, and thank you for coming.